guys are good in the background. It's fine if you're there. 3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome back to Uptown Films. I'm your co-host, Gregory Hernandez, and I'm joined by the amazing and incredible Emelyn Stuart, founder and owner of Stuart Cinema. Welcome to Uptown Films Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. And
yes.
Here we are at Cinemixology Room in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Kent Avenue.
Look at these amazing
Couple
cocktails.
of amazing
yeah.
cocktails.
Cheers.
Cheers. This
Yes.
is the bicycle drink.
Yes. Oh, this is delicious. Great way to start.
Amazing.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to the Cinemixology Room.
Yes.
Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Check them out. Cinemixology Room on Instagram.
Delicious.
Okay. Let's dive in. We've been waiting. You've been patient. Thank you so much for your patience while we set up.
Oh, no worries.
You are amazing. You are an inspiration for me.
Thank you.
I would love, I get for you to be my mentor because you're just amazing. And it's something where I want to get into this conversation about cinema. So here we are in Brooklyn. We're just like less than a 10-minute, I think, drive or walk from Stuart Cinema in Greenpoint. So my first question is, you have Stuart Cinema, 2 screens now. What was the journey in opening Stuart Cinema 7 years ago? I think your 7-year anniversary is in September, so coming up as a recording right now, August 2025.
Yeah.
What was that vision like 7 years ago? And then what can we expect for the 7th-year anniversary next month?
Wow. So I opened Stuart Cinema in 2018, right before, a year and a half right before the pandemic. And so I worked in corporate America my entire adult life, just trying to climb that ladder, right? Trying to make it to that corner office, right? The C-suite. And I got there and it wasn't where I wanted to be. There wasn't enough purpose for me. And so someone gave me a script. A filmmaker needed somebody to invest in their short film. You know how filmmakers are always looking for money. And I had some money at the time. And one of the things is people don't really invest in the project. People think that they do, but they don't. They're investing in the filmmaker, right? In that filmmaker's ability to get the story done, right? And so I invested in this short film, and I invested way too much money because I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first project. I had one friend at NBC. I think we spent about $28,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which, for a short, your first one, it's a lot, right? I had a friend at NBC, and I called him and I said, hey, and he was my only industry friend. And I was like, I want to produce this short film. He said, don't do it.
Oh, wow.
He said, you're going to lose all your money. There's no money is going to come back from doing a short film.
Right.
It's your first. You're going to make mistakes. No one may see it. And I thought, but I really, the script was funny. It was called Wings and Beer. And I was like, it was about this landlady who had this tenant, and she was a cougar. So she was sexually harassing the tenant.
Oh, wow.
In exchange for rent. And not that I could relate, but I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
And so I produced it, and it won a whole bunch of awards. And then I was like, wow, if I could figure out how to make money, there's so many filmmakers I could help. And that started the bug. And so I started to invest. And so I did 12 Steps to Recovery, which was a web series back then when Issa was doing Awkward Black Girl, right? Yeah. It was her and I, right? We were the 2 big web series at the time. And Jet Magazine at the time, remember them, picked it up. And so we did get distribution for it.
Also, those around the town of Broad City?
Yes. And so that got picked up. So then I started to feel like, okay, I'm on to something. Then I did another film and Fox picked it up. Then I was like, okay. So I started to make some money. And I was like, okay. So I started to invest. And so till now, I probably have done about 19 film, TV that I have produced, but also funded.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm also the investor, not just the producer. I feel like that commercial, not just the the producer, I'm also the investor.
Right.
And actually, I have a film that's going to Tubi that I just finished producing because producing is my first love. So I struggle with not being able to do that. But I'm doing other things that are similar, right? That are even more important, I think, because distribution is where it's at the end of the day, right? Nowadays, it's so affordable to tell movies, to tell stories. So... yeah, so I then started the October Film Festival because I felt that some of the festivals weren't really teaching. And I was like, I'm leaving, and they screened my film, which is wonderful,
That's all you got.
And I'm like,
experience one
but
and
what do
done.
I do now? Like, how do I get distribution? How do I get money for the next film? And so I said, I'm going to start my own film festival, but it's a
Nice.
teaching festival. Like, we are so focused on teaching. Like, we want you to leave with information that's going to help you to make more film and more projects. And so I was doing that, but then I did a feature and called The Turnaround. It was my first faith-based feature film.
Database. Okay.
And like, who doesn't want to watch a movie about Jesus? I'm thinking, right? Like, it's God turned your life around. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's a huge audience. And I found tons of resistance. There's no audience for this. We don't see it. And I couldn't get theatrical for it, which was
Wow.
my goal.
Yeah.
Right? Which is what I really wanted. And so I kept thinking, no matter how much money I find to produce these projects, I keep hitting this theatrical wall where I can't get my movie to play in theaters.
Right.
And why is that? Because somewhere, someone who's a gatekeeper gets to decide. There's no audience for this. This is not good enough. And I was just like, why does he get to decide? Why can't I decide?
Which theater said no to a faith-based feature film?
Several. I pitched that thing everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
And so we thought about maybe doing our own sort of theatrical run for it. And we didn't have the marketing budget.
Right.
Because if you do your own theatrical run, you need marketing dollars.
Yeah.
Because how are people going to know it's showing at the movies?
I've heard like the things like, oh, this movie has $100 million budget. It's like, it's actually 50, because the other half is that.
It's marketing. Right. And so we didn't have the marketing budget to do it ourselves. And so I was having one of those woe is me at a
Right.
bar with a friend. And I was like, I don't understand. I keep hitting this brick wall and I just feel like I don't have control of what happens after the movies are made. And I said, I want to control what people watch in movie theaters. And she said, you have to build your own.
Interesting.
And I was like, that's all I have to do?
Who's this?
Build a movie theater? Sandra, my friend, who is not in the industry, which is why she was wise enough to even propose something so crazy. No filmmaker would be like, oh, you should open a movie theater, right? Because filmmakers are thinking AMC, Regal, right? And nobody really understands how movie theaters work. So nobody ever would say to you, you should open a movie theater. They'll say you should make a film, right?
Like the product.
Right. You should put a play on Broadway, but not you should open a movie theater. And because she didn't come from the industry, her mind is like, well, just open a movie theater. And I couldn't afford anything that was on the market at the time. At the time, the Sunshine Theater was on the market and the rent was outrageous. And I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, I can't. And it needed over $1 million worth of renovations. Right? And I was like, I can't take that on, because the other problem I was having is, even though I had found tons of money to make movies, I couldn't find any money to build a movie theater because investors just couldn't see it. They're like, what are you going to do with a movie theater?
How's it going to make money?
And they're like, and you're going to cater to independent filmmakers? They don't have any money. How are you going to survive? And even though I had a comprehensive plan that had built multiple streams of revenue into this business, they could not see it. And so I liquidated all of my assets, sold the houses, sold my BMW, sold everything, and built the theater cash, right? So when COVID happens, at first I was like, woe is me. All of my money, my kids' college fund, everything is in this place.
Yeah.
I now have gone all in. I've put all the chips on the table.
Right.
I'm all in. I'm sold out to the fact that I could open this movie theater with this cafe and I can run this thing and make money.
Right.
And so COVID happened and we were the only theater that was allowed to stay open because we became essential. We gave away our food because we have a standalone cafe.
Right. Right.
So we gave away our food at 4:00 every day. We provided laptops for people to apply for unemployment, right? We did all of these things. We gave away popcorn at 2:00 every day to the kids. We gave out DVDs so people could watch movies at home on their DVD players, right?
Digital media.
Yes.
Physical media.
It's still alive. It's still alive. And so we did all of these things. And I had just built, so I had all the filtration systems, which I was complaining about when the contractor was like, oh, you need to have this and that. I was like, but why? Like, why do I need all that? And I kept thinking, they're making me spend all this money I don't need to spend. But thank God, because now I had the filtration system that was self-cleaning the air, right? And I had the hand sanitizers on the wall.
Did you
So I
sell,
was,
like, the sanitizers? I know.
I was ready.
Distilleries did
I
that.
was ready. And so it ended up being a blessing because I had no debt. So where the other movie theaters who were closed had a ton of debt.
Bleeding money up.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem because I had no investors, no partners, and no debt on the business.
Right.
And so in the end, it ended up being a blessing. And also being independent allows me to set pricing, to select movies, to offer distribution. I can just do so many different things. And so the theater is an answer to a problem that I had. It was a door that was locked.
Yeah.
And so how do you get through a locked door? Right? You got to build a tunnel somewhere because you can't affect change from the outside. You need to be on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And to be on the inside, you've got to figure out a way. And it's a shame that we have to work so hard to just be in the room, at the table.
And we, meaning people who
Yes.
look like us.
Yes. And a woman.
And a woman.
And Latina. Like, English is my second language.
And your heritage is?
Dominican. I am hasta la tambora. I am all the way. I speak to my parents in English. They answer me in Spanish. They are keeping me rooted in the culture. So when I open the theater, I don't like hot dogs. I don't eat hot dogs. I don't like popcorn. And I don't really drink soda.
Yeah.
So when I was going to the movies, there was nothing I could eat or drink.
Wait, what did you think?
So nothing.
Oh my God. No, come on.
Or I would have to sneak something in.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Which I don't advocate. Now that I own a theater, don't do that. It's very bad.
Okay.
But there was nothing that I could enjoy. Everybody else was eating, but there was nothing I could really enjoy.
Gotcha.
Like, I like potato chips, right? And so when I was building the theater, I thought, I'm going to build it with what I like to eat. So we're going to make empanadas.
Love it.
And we're going to have a spicy Latin burger. Because that's what I like, right? You know, I don't know, Dominican mothers, they make something called chimichurri, right? Where they take the burger and they season it up and they make it into it's amazing. So I was like, en tres leches, my favorite dessert. So I took all of my favorite things to eat and I put them in the cafe.
Yeah.
And now, to me, that was like an added bonus that you can come to the movies and find affordable food, because that was the other thing. Yeah. Yes, that's the other thing, right? You're not eating right, you're not eating some type of frozen pizza, right? And so
you're the only Latino-owned cinema in New York City.
In New York. Yes. Yeah.
You can curse. How the fuck is that possible?
In 2025. I was like, so I didn't even know when it was happening.
Yeah.
Right? It's when I started to get into the industry that I was looking around the room and nobody looked like me, right? Most of the movie theater owners were older white men. And a lot of them inherited the theaters from their grandfathers and their fathers because it's a generational business that usually gets passed down.
Like similar to the unions, studios.
Right. And no one is really building them from scratch with their own vision, right? Normally, even if you want to get into the industry, you're buying something that's already existing. You're taking over a theater from somebody who's leaving, retiring, or a theater that isn't working, right? But I had a vision, a very specific vision in my head. I wanted a stage, right? I wanted particular seating. I knew the color scheme I wanted, right? Red is a powerful color, so I wanted that, right? So I had all these visions of what I wanted. And because I had a blank slate, there was construction trucks parked in the space that the theater is in now.
Yeah, you're in like a very high commercial.
And there was
area in
nothing there,
Greenpoint, yeah.
right? There was nothing because studios were using it to
Exactly.
film because there was nothing there.
I was a PA on Billions in 2018 at the time. So I remember
They
being
did
right
their
around it.
location party, wrap party at my place, right? And so that's another thing. When I was looking, I was like, well, where else would I want to be than where all the studios are filming? It makes sense. And so when I got the place, it was me. There was a pet store a few doors down and like a flower shop. Nothing else. You go down there now, it is packed with storefronts. There's a stationery store. There's an axe throwing. There is, just all kinds of businesses. There's a Flint Mint store right next to me, and there is a flower shop and a Pilates studio.
Is that flower shop still there from 7 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the thing that movie theaters do, they
Yeah.
build community.
Exactly.
And they
Yes.
bring foot traffic, right?
Yes.
And unlike some of the other businesses, we could survive without the foot traffic because the marketing is happening on TV, on social media, right? And the studios are pumping millions of dollars into advertising for movies. So we don't have to open in a high traffic area. And so I was lucky to know that in advance. That part I knew.
You're off the G line.
That's right. You
Greenpoint,
walk down, and we're by the water, which is beautiful. And the ferry, you could take the ferry. It leaves you 2 blocks away.
NYC Transmitter Park.
Yes, gorgeous. And so when I first got there, I got the place in April, and I opened like in September. When I got there in April, I was like, oh my God, this is so pretty and oh, beautiful. September, I got out my car. I was like, nobody's coming down here. It is freezing. The
Yeah.
wind from the water.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we don't like to be frozen. It's like,
Tropical.
what's going to happen? Yeah, we're tropical people. I was like, what's going to happen? But, the neighborhood and the people in the community have embraced the theater. It's where they go to date night. It's where their kids watch movie. It's where their parents come on Tuesday afternoons. So it became an essential place for the neighborhood. And so now, tomorrow, we are opening our second screen right next door. Yes, which is exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah, which is exciting. We just broke ground with a new location. We're opening in Brownsville, Brooklyn. And did you know that Brownsville, Brooklyn is the only neighborhood with no sit-down restaurant?
No sit down? What is this? Like still COVID or what the? What do you mean no sit down? I mean, I can't go and sit down and order a meal in Brownsville.
No, there's no sit-down
So
restaurants.
it's only takeout and like
Right. You
order
know
from
why? Because it's the poorest neighborhood.
on the
And so they're building tons of affordable housing and nowhere for people to go. So the money's not staying in the community because you have to get on the train, right? And they haven't had a movie theater in 62 years.
So it's a cinema district. There's nothing there.
That's right. And the one on Linden Boulevard closed. That's now a food bazaar.
Huh.
So you have to go really far
Yeah.
to watch a movie. And my thing is, I really want movies to be accessible for everyone. You're a filmmaker. You're not making that film
No.
for just the 30 people who can afford to watch it. That's not enough. That's not enough of a mission. It's not enough of a purpose.
I packed the theater for the premiere, launch premiere of my film. It was the only open theater in the entire borough at the time because of COVID. It was 2022. It was AMC and Bay Plaza. We sold it out. And that
Right.
was a dream come true.
During COVID.
It was 2022 on the tail end of it. We sold out 105 seats.
Wow.
Packed.
That is great.
Limited following, but yes.
That's
what you do for
wonderful.
the community, so.
Yeah. So imagine if you went to show that movie and only 20 people showed up because your tickets were $25 and only certain people could afford it.
Bit devastated, but then surprise, dude, $25 tickets.
Yeah.
You know your target audience. I don't know Brownsville, but
Exactly. So pricing is part of it. And you know,
the
right. So we have a couple of different programs, right? So every Wednesday, all of our new movies are only $8,
nice.
right? And our popcorn is $3.50.
That's great.
For a
Much
small.
better than AMC or Angelica. Like, the small popcorn is $7.
You're so shady. We're not being shady to the other theaters. We love all the movie theaters, but yeah, no, it's
We'll take
true.
that out of the record.
No, but it's true, right? That some of it is people can't afford it. I went to a school where I was talking to 14 and 15-year-olds, and they haven't been to the movies in like 5 years. They're watching everything at home, and their parents are like, oh, you can wait. It'll come to streaming, right? And so kids don't even get that. We grew up going to the movies.
And going outside.
And right, going outside. How about going outside? They're not even going out at all. And so that's why we also started video gaming. Because parents were saying, my kids are in their room, they're playing, I don't know who they're talking to, I don't know what games they're playing, and they only come out to eat, right? Otherwise, kids are in their room, in like this bubble, right?
I picture just the door opening and like the plate being shut down.
Exactly. That's right, exactly. And so we started doing video gaming where kids would come with their controllers, hook up to our system, and be able to play, right? We did seniors. Our seniors are $10, right? Every day. So for $10, and they're my worst behaved crowd. They talk through the movie. They sneak in fried fish. They don't listen. They curse us out. They get up 100 times.
Oh, that is.
So we have to have special screenings for them because the customers start complaining. But how wonderful is it that an 80-year-old could watch, Mission Impossible?
Very good.
Right? Because it also keeps them connected to culture. It keeps them connected to the world.
And they were
right?
60 years old when the first one came out.
Exactly, right? And some of them remember. And they're very critical of what they see on the screen.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people will go to the movie, they don't like it, they'll leave and be like, whatever, right? But not those old people. They'll be like, did you see that piece of shit movie I just watched? That was terrible. Or they'll be like, that was wonderful. I'm going to tell Sally when I get back to the nursing home about, whatever.
So word of mouth, 1 or 5-star reviews.
Exactly. And so we also have a deal with Accessorize. So they get picked up, dropped off. So we're almost babysitters, and they watch movies, and then they get picked up and brought back.
That's really smart.
Yeah, because where else are they going to go? That's safe, that's clean, that's affordable, right? And so we're trying to get people out of their homes and into an environment where they can enjoy stories, right? And equally important for me is diversity.
Yes.
To be able to see all types of films, right? I love that movies like Sinners, right? The Black Panther, do extremely well at my theater because people are saying, if I'm going to watch a black film, I want to go to Stuart Cinema to watch it, right? But also white films do well as well, right? Because I don't want to be a black theater or Latina theater.
I remember you said this during the workshop.
Yeah, I want to be a movie theater
Exactly.
where young and old doesn't matter, right? Filmmakers that just started. Imagine as a filmmaker, you could decide if your movie should be in a theater because you can rent out our theater and do a run. And you get the money from your ticket sales. So most times those runs aren't costing you a lot.
Right.
Because if you have a great marketing and you have followers and you did a Kickstarter, so you already have a list of 200 people who gave to your campaign. When it's time to do a run, they're coming because they are invested in your film.
And how many seats in the screen?
So
In theater room?
the one we have now is 50. The one we're opening tomorrow is 40. Our new one is bigger. The screen is bigger. We have leather rocker seats, which are great. So it is an upgrade from our existing space. And it's different. It's different in some ways that it feels more exclusive because we also have a ton of corporate clients who pay the same thing that filmmakers pay.
Yeah.
And I know they can afford to pay more,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes they'll book me out for a whole week because they're like, what? We'll take it for 7 days. Right. And then they're closing it out from other people being able to use it. So that's why the second screen makes sense. Offers me the opportunity to do more programming. And one of the things that you'll find interesting that I found out. So a lot of Latinos were asking me to play movies in Spanish or with Spanish subtitles.
Subtitles, yeah.
So I started to do movies with Spanish subtitles. And then I went to a meeting for Latinos in media. And one of the things that some of the Latinos were telling me is my parents still can't go because my parents can't read.
Yeah, the literacy. Yeah.
They cannot read and they cannot read that fast.
I said the speed of the subtitles is like,
Right. They still can't go to the movies. So one of the things that is now available is theater ears. Right. And so now they use the same headphones they used to hear the merengue when they're walking around to be able to watch.
Community board meetings.
That's right. And they don't have to worry because now they can enjoy their movie in their own language. They buy the tickets for Stuart Cinema on the app, right? And now no one has to know that they don't understand. And there doesn't have to be subtitles. So they're listening to it in Spanish, and no matter what part of the movie they walk into, it picks up wherever the movie's at. Isn't that, the technology is amazing.
And it's boosting accessibility and comfort.
Yes.
So it's like, this is
Yes.
convenient. I love convenience.
Yes, we love convenience. Yes, because it leads to a bigger audience, wider reach, and more revenue. So, yeah.
And trust.
And trust.
Oh, this is different. This is a great experience. I enjoy something like that.
Yeah. And the one thing that I will tell you that I haven't talked about is that we're opening a concession stand at the Moore Street Market.
Oh.
And so the market has been around for many, many years, mostly Latino vendors, but they can't get the young people to go in there. You have like your old folks who go there for their lunch. That's where they hang out. They play dominoes, but we can't get young people to go. And so I am building a concession stand with like a little 6-seater theater. And so if you want to sit in there, you have to buy food from the concession.
Nice.
And the concession is going to have empanadas, and like our regular menu will be available there. It'll also be the only place you can get discounted tickets for Stuart Cinema, right? And so in this 6-seater, you'll be able to see messages from directors about upcoming movies, behind the scene things that you wouldn't be able to see elsewhere. Right. Early access to different things. So now it is going to bring in young people because we also sell things like chicken fingers and fries, which kids, love. So it's going to help us to bring the awareness of movies to that community. So we're excited about that. And that's opening next month.
You're watching Uptown Films, so keep watching films Uptown.
Hey there, I'm Nicole Tay, and you're watching Uptown Films.
Hi, my name is Sean Cinema, and you are listening to the Uptown Films podcast.
Hi, this is Alvaro Franco, and keep making films uptown, and please keep showing Uptown Cinema.
Hi, my name is Daniel Lindsay, and you're watching Uptown Films.
Hey, this is Christopher Hall. Thanks so much for listening to the Uptown Films podcast.
Well, I can't wait to be there, specifically for the second screen.
Yeah.
And also for Moore Street, and then also
Yeah.
Brownsville.
Yeah, we're excited.
You have, you told me off camera you were on fire, and now you just spit this to me like you are on fire.
Yeah,
Tell me about the recent press, like Eyewitness,
Yeah.
611, I believe.
Yeah,
Tell me more about that.
so one of the things that I haven't had to struggle with is press, right? Because I'm making history, right? There's no other Afro-Latina building movie theaters, right? And making them accessible and affordable, right? With the mission, because I believe that you can be, because the other thing is a lot of people think I'm a nonprofit.
Yeah, I was going to say you're for-profit.
I'm for profit because I believe that you can make money and still do good and be good as a business. And I think that has been lost somewhere along the way. I think we think for profit, we think it's about how much money can we get, and there is no mission other than making money, right? But I think that you can make money and have a mission. I'm a businesswoman who loves the arts, but I'm a businesswoman first. Right? I don't have creative bones. Like, I can't write anything. I can't direct. I'm all about how do we get the money, and then how do we get the money back, and how do we get it out? Like, that's my focus. When a filmmaker starts pitching me a movie, and there's an explosion, and we're in the ocean, my brain is like, I'm adding up numbers. I'm like, okay, we're already at 2 million. We're at 2.5 million. Oh, we're going to need 3 million for that. Like, my brain is always thinking about numbers, and creatives are thinking about the beauty of the shot, right?
Shoot it in one location in a cabin, like man with an axe, and he's
That's
12 people.
That's it. That's it. To me, I'm like, yeah, that could sell. Like, I'm that type of person who would be like, that'll cost $50, then we could make $1 million. Yeah, let's do it.
The empanadas.
There you go. And so that my brain is always on, okay, that's why when I opened the business, I had multiple streams of revenue. So we have a standalone cafe. We do events. So we have birthday parties. We have comedians, spoken word, right? We do readings. We do like just all kinds of, there's a church that meets in a space on Sunday mornings.
Okay, great.
So we're open sometimes from like 7 a.m. to 2 in the morning to be able to play the studio movies 3 times a day and then fit everything else in between.
You typically screen like 3 to 6 times a day?
So we do 3, our studios require us to show the movies like 3 times a day. So we do that. And then the rest of the time, it's everything else. So we have wedding proposals. We have baby reveals, because I think movie theaters have to do more than just show blockbusters.
Exactly.
I don't think it's enough to serve the community if that's all you're going to do.
And expand their palette, art house cinema, you can still show commercial
Yes,
films,
yes.
but that's not all you should.
That's right. That doesn't have to be it. Also, I don't want to be dependent on studio movies.
Right, exactly, that too. Yeah.
My business model is not just dependent on movies, which is why I went to China last year, right? To try to get Chinese movies and figure out what's the need. Because that community of Chinese moviegoers are not being served. Asians in general, right? Where do they go to watch a movie? What was the last movie you saw that even had subtitles in a language they could understand?
Yeah.
Right? So we want our films to be shown in China, right? Because we understand the value of that. But are we showing their movies?
No,
Right. And why is that?
I don't know.
Right.
Is it disconnect culturally, or it's just in terms of just market? We just want to like get our stuff in import. What are we exporting? What are we bringing here? They're obviously historically mandatory for Chinese filmmakers.
Yes.
But now, is there a cultural divide, or is it
Yeah.
just only one side looking at the market? They're coming in.
That's right. And we need to think more, we have to be more open, especially in the industry, because it's changing constantly, right? We went from VHS to DVD, right, to streaming, and it just doesn't end. And now AI is coming, or it's already here. It's already here. It's already in the room.
The arms race is here, but it's here.
Right. And it's going to be something else after that. And so as a business owner, as a filmmaker who loves storytelling, we have to figure out how to use those tools to be able, Spike Lee was talking about it the other day, about how when he started making films, the hardest thing was getting equipment.
Exactly.
How do I get the camera I need to shoot this? But now you can shoot a great film with your phone.
28 years later, using like 50 to 100 iPhones, like rigged up.
Exactly. But now we have to also understand content and distribution, because now the market is oversaturated with content.
You
Right.
mentioned Tubi earlier, so it's like, okay, yeah.
Right. So now we have, when I'm Netflix, right? Paramount, Apple, I have all the services. I can't even get through Netflix to figure out everything they have before I move on to Paramount and Apple. So like with all of that, content quality matters. It really, really matters. And social media is a big tool, because you could have the best film, but if nobody knows about it
Just talking about
and no one's talking about it, then do you really have a good film? Because what makes a film good? Is it not the audience?
it's interest, yeah.
Right? We think, well, I made a great film. This film is the bomb. Rotten Tomatoes thinks it's great. But if nobody sees it except for Rotten Tomatoes, right?
A critic's film, a festival darling, but if you're a filmmaker, going back to what you said, how are we going to make money?
That's right. So we need to make money, which is one of my next big goal is to open a business school for artists, because my son currently is at Brooklyn College studying film.
Oh, great.
Yeah. He did his first screening at my theater, and I sat in the back and I cried the whole time because I was like,
As
so
you
maybe this is what it's about.
Yeah.
Maybe because this door would have been closed for him,
Yeah.
right? It would have been very difficult for him to get a screening at a movie theater. right? That's also showing some blockbuster movie
Right.
at a price that he could afford, right? And so I thought, wow, so this is what it's about. And but these kids are graduating from film school, thousands of dollars in debt, and don't understand how to make money.
Because it's not taught at their schools, at the business side. That's why the need, you would be filling that void. Okay, you know the technical, the creative, you know the screenwriting, things of that nature. You have your network in film school, you know how to use the equipment. Now you put all this together, how are you going to be able to make the next project?
Right, because I can hire a director, a writer, a DP. I can hire the crew. I can hire the actors. I can't hire someone to tell me. I can't say, I'm going to give you 50,000, give me back $1 million. Go figure it out. No, that's up to you. And if you don't know how to do that, and there's no one you can hire to do that, then what? Then you've hit a wall. And so we're trying to remove the walls and open the doors. And to your point, people are always asking me, they're like, I want a mentor. I need a mentor. You don't need a mentor. You need an advocate. You need me to say your name the next time I'm in a studio meeting. You need me to say your name the next time I'm meeting with an investor. What you need is an advocate, not a mentor.
Can I have both? I can meet for lunch and be like, so I just do this, and like, you mentioned me in that room, so I'm like thinking of this. It's like, no, girl, you don't do that. Okay. Can I
Right.
have both?
No, mentors are great, but I feel like in this climate,
Right.
you need somebody who's going to be saying your name in the room, right? That's how a lot of the people you see today. It was, with Ava, somebody gave Oprah her movie, what was it, Follow Me or whatever, and she saw it and thought it was great and wanted to meet with her. And that's how things happen. If an investor is looking for something to invest in, and I happen to know that you've got a great project and that your last project generated X amount of dollars, I'm going to say your name, right? Because it also adds leverage to me as the connector, as the person with the info, as the person with the contacts.
That's why people complain about gatekeeping sometimes. I'm like,
Yes.
well, I don't know if they're being gatekeeped or just maybe there's like, okay, well, I can stick my neck out for you, but I don't want the guillotine to come down.
Right. If I stick my neck out and my neck's gone, then
Yeah.
that's game over for everyone. Not just you, but me too. So, yeah.
I think we have a few minutes left.
Yeah.
You have blazed through all my questions. I know I sent them to you, but still, like, this is. I was going to ask. Again, you inspire me. Bronx Independent Cinema Center. We're a nonprofit. We're looking at have now, and you just told me off camera. I'm like, hey, we're gonna have like 2 locations, 2 single screen. You're like, no, dual screens. I want to ask you. You inspire me. Have you advocated or inspired? I'm assuming you have other cinema owners, women, BIPOC in Brooklyn and New York City as a whole, or even outside of the city or the state?
Absolutely. So there are several women who are interested in opening movie theaters, and I am certainly the wind beneath those wings. I am like, what do we need to do? The fact that you're willing to put yourself out there to make it happen, I am all about that. And I people used to say to me when I started the festival 13 years ago, they would say, there's too many festivals. Why are you going to open another festival? That's so many. And I say there's never enough, because in most cases, that's the only opportunity a filmmaker has to see their movie on the big screen.
Even also in their local community too.
Right,
This
and
is
to
like a
grow their
festival.
audience,
Exactly.
right? And so I feel the same way about movie theaters. I don't think that there's an oversaturation.
Exactly.
And I am in Brooklyn where we have Nighthawk, right? We have Williamsburg Cinema.
There's like 3
We've got Alamo,
Yeah.
right?
3 is like a small
But
area.
we each offer something different
Yeah.
and something special, right? Nighthawk has a menu and they bring it to your seat, and they have specialty drinks, right? I'm a more affordable version of that. If you can go to Nighthawk, go. But if you can't, come to Stuart Cinema, right? When you think about the Angelica and the AMC and the Regals, right? And the Alamo, like, everyone has something different to offer. If you're somebody who likes to go to the theater, put your feet up and take a nap, right? If the movie's not good, then yeah, though there's a place for you.
Right.
If you like to go to a place that gives you a shot every night before your movie, you come to Stuart Cinema.
Love it.
So we have a sponsor, Den of Thieves, a black-owned whiskey company. So everyone who comes to the theater after 5 p.m. gets a free shot. So even if the movie is terrible, you got a free shot. Right?
And it,
Because we're festive too. Like every movie's a party.
great movie or bad movie, that shot's gonna help.
That's right. So even when the movie's horrendous, and there's some movies that have been terrible.
This year. Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I was telling you that if you build a theater, build more than one screen is because I have had a major struggle programming just one screen. Because most weeks there's more than one blockbuster movie being released. And I have to choose which movie. So for example, I had to choose between F1 and Megan 2.0. My numbers, based on our history, said Megan was the way to go because when I showed the first Megan, we sold out night after night after night. For Megan 2.0, which I played because of the history, no one showed up. I would have been better off going with F1, but I only have one chance to get it right. And now I have to hold that movie for 2 weeks. So if it doesn't do well, that theater is empty for 2 weeks, not making money. So if you only have one screen, you only have one chance to get that right. Now, had I had 2 screens, I would have put F1 in the other screen, so I would have made some money instead of making no money. And that is one of the things that hurts small theaters. So when you think about building your cinema, think about ways that you can offer options.
And if you only have one screen, you can maximize max only show like maybe 6 screenings a day.
If that.
Versus,
Most movies nowadays are 3 hours, and you need 15-minute break, and you need a 10-minute commercial.
clean.
Right, so you can maybe do 3 shows. So, something to think about.
No, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think I have some rapid fire. I think you've answered all of my
Sure,
questions.
wonderful. This drink, by the way, is amazing. What is this called? The
It's a
bicycle?
bicycle, yeah.
Oh, great drink. Yes.
One more time. Bicycle.
And it's so cute. See the
Yeah.
little 2 lemon? Like a bicycle. Very cute.
Cinematology.
Very
right?
cute. Not that we should be drinking in the afternoon on, what day is today? Thursday.
Thursdays. It's a little Friday. It's my
Yeah,
favorite, so.
yeah.
Quick rapid fire, and then we'll wrap up here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're allowed to say, but favorite film of 2025 so far?
Wow. Weapons.
Okay, great, awesome.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did
I
you
saw
love
that.
it?
I really liked it. Some parts I was like, but you know, it was entertainment. I liked it. I liked it a lot more than I used to
Original.
love. Yeah.
Even though it's it's a story that's been told before
Yeah.
in different ways, but I felt the way it was done,
The setup was great.
I did not see it coming,
Yeah.
and I love that. So for me, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a great hook, and really things like that took you by surprise.
Yeah,
That's-
was
that's
Sinners
great.
in 2025?
Yeah.
Because Sinners was also another.
I think it was like April-ish.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
That was really great. I
But
saw that.
movies I'm looking forward to, Highest to Lowest, which
Okay.
we're opening today. And Him is supposed to be a
Yeah.
good movie. What else am I doing? Love Brooklyn is an independent film that we're going to be showing for a week that we're excited about.
When's that?
So we're going to open it September 5th.
Oh, okay, great.
So for a week, yeah. So we're excited about that, and it's our first sort of independent film that we can actually show because we have that second screen. Because sometimes when you have to choose between an independent film that no one has heard about versus a blockbuster, right?
And that's
Yeah.
That's the benefit of the two.
The new
screens.
Wicked is coming out later this year, and that's going to be great.
One of our contributors is very excited about that.
Yeah,
Loves
so
it.
there's a lot of really great films. Black Phone 2, I think, is coming. Yeah, lots of great movies coming this year.
Awesome.
Have you felt good about the movies this year? Because I felt like last year.
2023 was terrific. 2020,
Yeah.
Last year, I think ups and downs.
Yeah.
This year, it's been consistent in the sense of like, okay, there's a lot of things to see.
Yeah.
But I think you're having to like really search a little more. Like, I'm gonna go see Sorry Baby tonight. I
Okay.
heard like that was really good. That did well in festivals. And
Yeah, yeah.
Nominations.
Where's that showing?
Screening, I think, at Cinema 123, the Angelica.
Okay, great.
So one of my friends, she works in distribution. She's like, let's go see it. I was like, sure, because I already saw Highest Lowest, and I saw Weapons.
Awesome.
Yeah. So your favorite childhood movie and why?
So the first movie that I have memory of seeing was Godzilla.
Oh, okay, great.
With my parents. They were like on a date, I guess. They took me. And I was just fascinated. Just that whole, like, I was like, wow. And at the time, my English wasn't that great, but it was all action based. So, like, I could tell what was happening. But it stayed with me. I was like, wow, how did they do that? And is that really? So, yeah.
Okay. And then we're wrapping up here with the rapid fire. What's a film that you would like to rewatch, or that you just like to rewatch? Can you and your husband, can you alone? What's the film that when it's on TV, it's like, I gotta watch it? For me, it's Coming to America.
So for me, you're not going to believe it, but my favorite movie of all time is The Greatest Showman.
Really?
Yes.
I would have not guessed that.
Yes. I love the soundtrack.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I know all the words to all the songs. Because it's the underdog.
Yeah.
It's the people who are different.
Right.
Right? And maybe it just resonates with me. Like the person that starts at the bottom, who makes it, who looks different, who acts different, who speaks different, but wins.
Gotcha.
Goes through hell,
Right.
but finds a place. And I feel like that's my story. Like I'm different. And when I'm in the room, I'm definitely different. But I have found a place and found my lane. And that's the other great thing about finding your lane. There's nobody else here. It's just me. There's nobody else in this lane. It's just me. So.
Well said. Last couple, morning person or a night owl?
I am a morning person. I am up at 5 answering emails. The staff will tell you. They're like, we're not getting up for another 3 hours, so can we answer this at 8 instead of 5?
Oh, you just schedule it. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm sending this out. You're gonna get it by.
Oh no, because I'm texting.
Oh.
I am real time. I'm like, good morning.
Okay.
And then I'm like, today, this is what's happening. I need to know about this. And yeah, I'm a morning person and the staff hates it. But yeah.
So if you start at 5, when do you finish?
So by 10 at night, I'm done.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm just like,
Twin.
10, I'm starting to turn everything off and just maybe the news,
Yeah.
maybe read a book, maybe something mindless.
I'm 6:30
Yeah.
to 9:30.
Yeah.
That's what I can do.
Yeah. After that, I'm kind of like just winding down my brain for bed.
And then you kind of answered this, I think, earlier, but I think you answered it in a roundabout way. But upright or recliner in terms of your preference for watching a movie in a theater?
The thing I don't have, recliners.
Yeah.
I'm that person.
Oh.
I know my husband hates recliners.
Oh, I met him. He's really nice.
He was like, I want to sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, because then you get too comfortable.
I'm just like, yeah. And he's like, then I'll go to sleep. I could just stay at my recliner at home. Like, I want to be like paying attention.
My friend
So he
fell
doesn't
asleep
care for that.
during Nosferatu last year. 'Cause we were in the recliners. I was like, this is great. And she was like,
Yep. Well, that's what happens too. When the movie has too much dialogue, we're
Really?
like, yeah. And movies are so long these days.
oh my God, yeah, Brutalist was,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And then, what is your preferred spot to watch a movie not named Stuart Cinema?
The Regal on Essex Street,
Okay.
the Lower East Side.
All right, Elias.
Yeah. I live on the Lower East Side, and it's 2 blocks from my house.
Amazing
And
Christmas
I don't know other theater owners, but I cannot watch movies in my own theater.
That's interesting.
People are like, you have a movie theater. You could sit there with your favorite food after out. I cannot.
That's interesting.
I'm thinking about the sound.
Yeah.
Is something, oh my God, did that look too dark? And I'm so critical because I'm working when I'm watching a movie at my own theater. So I cannot watch movies at my own theater. I go and support other theaters. So I went to the Alamo not too long ago. I went to Nighthawk. I'm all over the place, so it gives me a chance also to sort of support other theaters, which I think is important.
That's really great answers. Like Johnny
Yeah.
Depp can't watch his own movies, and
Yeah.
kind of similar.
Yeah.
And then, what's one thing that I guess maybe I haven't mentioned that you would love to add to your cinema?
I would love to have more music. I want more music elements. So we just, Lavaro, who's a great guy, who does a lot of production, he put together a DCP for us of movie soundtracks that we can play before the movie. So I want to incorporate more live music, which is why the stage at the second auditorium is so much bigger, so I could fit a whole band. I grew up with like live music. You would go to like, my mom used to take me like dancing, and there would be like a live merengue or salsa band playing.
Yeah.
And so I really love music, and I think music really makes a difference in film. I think there are times if I could just close my eyes and just listen to the music in a film, it tells a story. And so I want to add more music to the theater in whichever capacity. We love doing, music video release parties, right?
Nice.
Because I also feel the music industry, the independent music artists it's a struggle. They're facing, like, you think filmmaking is hard,
That's a cutthroat industry.
right? And they're not really making money anymore because of the way that music is being distributed. So that's also a cause that's dear to my heart.
It's kind of similar to the UK. They have film jams, so like big music performances, get you riled up, and then like now relax and watch you move. So that's like a similar theme. I thought you were gonna say something like,
That too. If I could expand that menu, I would. We don't have a full kitchen, but one day when I do, and food is not like, the food business is a beast.
Yeah.
And so opening a place that has food and a movie theater and not knowing anything about both of those, my learning curve, I cannot tell you. Like, I had to go down and get my food inspection license and figure out that whole thing. And so my first inspection, I didn't do well. I was like, what do you mean I can't have the chicken over here? What do you mean I can't, I have to do this and I have to do that? But now we're a pro. We get an A every year.
Beautiful.
We get an A grading, but the learning curve. But that just goes to show that you could do anything, right? If you set your mind and you are someone who's going to see the wall and figure out how to climb over it or get around it or dig a hole through it, yeah, I feel like I could do anything in my mind. Like if it gets to my brain, and maybe also it's like my Christian upbringing. Like I feel like if God puts a desire in my heart to do something, like why would he do that and then not let me do it? Not give me the tools, not give me the energy, the persistence to do it. That would be mean. Could you imagine? Like who does that? Like, I want to make you a filmmaker, but not give you a camera.
You sound like Pacino and Devil's Advocate. He's a sadist.
Yeah, like who does that? Right? And so I believe that the things that I want to accomplish can be done. Is it easy? No. Do I have days where I'm like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Only human.
But I also have days where I'm like, okay, this is okay. It's going to be all right. It's going to be great. So.
Emelyn, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It has been wonderful.
Pleasure
Thank you.
having you on
Thank
the
you.
Uptown Films podcast.
Yes.
Emelyn Stuart,
Thank
owner
you.
of Stuart Cinema, dual screen cinema, opening up in Brownsville soon, and of course now we're gonna have a business school coming because anything
Yes.
she sets her mind to, she accomplishes.
Yes, thank you. I'm definitely going to work on that. And we're going to get you involved.
I would love to be involved in any capacity.
Yes.
And I also,
Well, we could bring the school to your cinema in the Bronx and have classes there. What?
And I have a production company, I have studios, so come on by.
Your cinema's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when.
That's how I feel.
It's when. It's needed. You are building something that is needed. And when you're doing that, it will happen. It's going to be hard, but you're going to do it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I really appreciate this time.
Thank you.
We'll read the bio and then I'll start the episode. And thank you to Cinemixology Room.
Yes.
located
Cheers to the
Williamsburg,
strength. Thank
Brooklyn. Thank you
you.
so much to the bartenders here.
Yes.
This is the Bicycle Drink. Definitely come on by, check them out. Really, you can have events here, trivia nights, screenings, bring a date.
Yes. We're going to have something here for sure.
Please, this has to happen. This
For
is
sure.
a rock star here in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You should do something here. You will do something here.
Uh-huh.
And support Cinemixology Room. Follow them on social media. Thank you so
Yes.
much. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.